Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition, a exciting edition of the Walk in This Way's Impact Wars podcast. I am your host, Furman Jackson Jr., and we are broadcasting once again here in the DFW, that is Dallas Fort Worth, Texas, for everybody who wants to know where it is. I am live streaming right now on YouTube, so you're on the YouTube channel right now. Go ahead, hit that like, subscribe button, the case may be. I'm very excited to be back here once again, and we're talking about positive high school memories. Remember those days in school when you had that excited, especially you got you some new clothes, got you some new kicks and stuff. You was excited about it next day to show that stuff off. If you played sports, you had your friends, but we know we had some good times. So I want the panel to go ahead and introduce themselves. So on my left, I want on my right, the one on my right, go ahead and introduce yourself, starting with my guest right now. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Shelby Johnston. It is a pleasure to be back on the podcast. I look forward to reminiscing over my old high school memories with all of y'all.
Awesome. And next?
Would it be me or Sonya?
It would be you.
Okay, I'm sorry. Good evening, Martin. I'm part of class of 2012, and I'm looking forward to the podcast to talk about my great memories in high school.
Awesome. And next? That's going to be underneath me, so that'll be Sonya.
Good evening, everybody. I am class of 96. I am excited to be here to reminisce with you guys and talk about who's the best class?
2012?
96.
Oh, wow. It's a long time ago.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Dang.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Kysha. I'm here representing the class that graduated, I think maybe 6 years after Sonya, class of 2002, representing. Looking forward to reminiscing and representing the best class of the new millennium.
Okay. All right. Good evening, everyone. I am Lataj Woods. I am a proud Avoyelles native. I'm not an Avoyelles alum, but I'm also an educator and just here to help spotlight positive school experiences.
And that's what's up right there. Nice. I know this was set up months in advance with Miss Woods as well. Very excited that everybody had the opportunity to come on again. Big shout out to Sabrina Ford. She's in the comment section. So big shout out to her just on her platform. So, man, y'all is right now, man, y'all go on Sabrina Ford page. Subscribe to her page. She does a lot of great content here in the DFW surrounding areas. She loves showcasing individuals doing great things on her platform. So I encourage you to really just plug in with her. She has one of the hottest podcasts here in the DFW. I'm saying that giving facts. I give facts. So just support, appreciate her tuning in as well. Just got feeling on her platform. So let's talk about these fun memories of high school. And we have individuals taking shots at each other, what year they came out of school, calling some people old on the slide. But it's all about love at the end of the day. So congratulations to Shelby. I know she won. She had a scholarship from New Focus. Kudos on that as well. Shelby, what has been going on since the last time you've been here? I know you're doing a lot of great work, of course. Keep up the extraordinary work. So what's going on with you?
I have been very busy since I got to LSUA. I am proud to say that I restarted the Rotaract Club and I was elected president. And we are organizing so many different community service opportunities. I'm also part of the honors experience as Mulder Scholar. So I'm glad that I get to be surrounded by a group of peers who are also very into their academics. And actually tomorrow I go to LSU Health Shreveport School of Medicine for my retreat with rural scholars.
And that's what's up right there. And like I say, it's on this path of greatness, Hall of Famer. That's what it's all about. So we talking about high school memories. What would be your fondest high school memory through the years of high school?
Mine would probably be my cheer experience. I cheered for 5 years. I was captain my senior year. And there's nothing more fun than just getting really into your school spirit. And we finally got a track my senior year of high school. So it was nice cheering on a beautiful, brand new track.
And that's what's up right there. And of course, We got Marty. Marty, go ahead and talk about the positive high school memories, sir.
My positive memories. I was in the band for 5 years, from 7th grade to 11th grade. My senior year, I was the drum major. So my best memories of high school was football season and just seeing all my friends and everybody on a daily basis hanging out, talking. Cause now once you graduate, you don't see them as often. So back then, that was the best memories ever. Was in high school. Was seeing everyone.
Man, that's what's up. Sonya, who's your funnest high school memories?
Um, we had so many because we were a very close knit class, and just hanging out, talking, being there to support one another. I think Fridays was the best day for us, especially during football season, because everybody would come to my house, and we do tuna fish sandwiches and get ready for the game, and then we walk to the game and just have a good time. My mama would come home like them children been in my house while I was at work, but by that time everybody then got their belly full and enjoyed the game and went on their way. So that was some of my most fondest memories, and then of course some of the teachers that was there to impact my life and really help me to stay level headed and decide what I was going to do after high school.
And that's what's up right there. And also, Kysha.
Probably was, as they all said, football season band. I was part of the band. The pep rallies were the best. I think my freshman year, they were the best. We were allowed to throw things, just have fun. And somebody ruined it for everybody, so it kind of stopped. So I don't know how it was after we left, but that was like the greatest time. Also, I was part of Beta Student Council, so going on those trips and those club events were the funnest for me.
Man, that's what's up. Okay, Miss Wood. Yeah.
Well, again, I didn't attend Avoyelles High, but I know just going to the basketball games during Thanksgiving break, like everybody in the parish would be there. They would have these huge tournaments during like Thanksgiving, Christmas break. And it was just fun, like just seeing people from all over our parish, people from other close areas. It was lit back then, just attending those basketball games, and just it was like 3 days. So you look forward to that. Being in a rural area, you don't have much to do, but that was something we all look forward to. Avoyelles High hosted for several years. Do they still host those tournaments? Do y'all know the basketball tournament?
I think it varies. I think every school gets a little taste of it now. Like
Okay.
every like Bunky might get some, then Marksville on the ball, so it just depends.
Yeah, but for years they were the host school, so that was a lot of fun.
And no, and that's what it's all about. Guys, say growing up when you were in school, we all had great memories in school. Whether it's like going to class, playing sports, being part of different groups, the clothes, the shoes, all of the stuff. I know I'm 41, so I came with a time when you had the Jordan, with Jordan still pop to the day. What was it? The Reebok classes and the BKs. For those who know the British Knight shoes, the Felines, the K Swiss. Can't forget about those. So we had some fun. It had some fun memories. The TV shows. I know y'all remember the great TV shows. Family Matters, Full House, Boy Meets World, Saved by the Bell. So we had great TV shows back then. I know I'm telling my age. I'm very proud of my age, but just those memories of childhood growing up, especially in school. Let me ask you this, Shell. What was the exciting time for you in school? Were you excited after the summer break? Was you excited about the first day of school?
I feel like everyone had first day jitters. Like I was so nervous, but I had my outfit like all steam ironed and laid out and been planning weeks in advance what my hair and my makeup would look like. Like the first day of school, you had to show out. It was like a fashion show.
I mean, yeah, because you were excited about going to school, especially when you go school shopping. You had to get the latest outfit, the latest shoes, had that stuff all pressed out and ready to the side. So when they came Monday morning, you wanted to step in that thing looking GQ or whatever, or look at the stuff. What about you, Marty?
Yeah, like how Shelby said, the first day you have to look your best because you got a different school. You're going from middle school to high school, so it's a different experience. You got to make sure you look your best. I used to do the same thing. I would try my clothes on the night before, get everything ready, see how I look. Then I'd be like, the next day I'd be like, I think I'm gonna switch it to get a different shirt or something. They'll do like little things like that to make sure I was on my A game. But I'd make sure I was looking fresh though, fresh cut, fresh clothes, everything.
Yeah, I know, right? Especially the guys, especially with high school, look for your new girlfriend and stuff like that, and all the other good stuff. It's just fun times. And just think about it, the memories, the fun time. Sonya, what was your greatest memory, especially on the first day of school?
Oh, listen, I come from the age of, not telling my age, Jabot jeans, Z Cavaricci, Polo.
Oh yeah.
So I was always ready. In fact, my senior year, I got voted best dressed with my cousin Corey Lewis. And so when I showed my kids the book, the yearbook, they're like, "Mama, for real? How you got voted with that flower shirt?" I'm like, "Are you think I'm so wrong?" I said, "Don't matter. I was looking cute. Obviously, my classmates felt I was best dressed. So those were some of the best memories as far as first day of school and the way we dressed back then. I think we were fly.
Ooh, wow,
Yeah, that was all about.
ooh,
Marty,
Huh?
we not doing that, Marty.
fly. Okay. Well, I guess
Well, that was a word back in the day,
Yeah.
Thank
fly.
you.
Yeah, that was a word back in the day, man. That's fly. You know what I'm saying? That's bad. You said, man, that's bad. I like that. That's a bad outfit. They used to say this stuff back then. That's a bad outfit. You know what I'm saying? But what terms they use now? What proper term? What
oh,
nowadays? What
I'm
word they
with y'all
use now?
now. I'm a little old now, so I don't know.
They use like
Um,
fire, big one. You did your big one.
Shelby, what are the words that are in now?
Probably okay. I say slay a lot. Like I use it in my vocabulary. So
yeah,
like
I see a lot of girls use that
it,
word.
that's a slay. Oh my god, girl, you're slaying.
Yes.
Yeah,
I love it.
a lot of young girls be saying it, be saying slaying, and oh yeah, I be seeing a lot of girls be saying that part. Even when they be saying that part, I know people say facts. I know older people say facts. Facts. So I guess that's what's going on now. Unless you know any new ones, let us know. Good. There's some words out there they use. All right, Kysha, what about yourself? How was that first day was for you?
First day for me back in the day was I enjoyed finding out who was going to be in my class. So now all the kids have phones. They know who's going to be in their class before they even get to school. I like walking in and being surprised. That's what I looked forward to. You didn't have cell phones. You had to try to use your house phone to call days and days to
Oh
see who
yeah,
had the same schedule. And if you couldn't get in touch with them, you just found out on your first day.
yeah, that's it. What about
That
you,
that's
Miss?
that's what I like, that randomness.
Yes.
Oh yeah. You know what? I'm glad you brought that up. And I'm going to ask you, Miss Wood, what about your experience on that first day of school as well? Then we'll go back to pre-cell phone, pre-social media, and we'll get into that as well also. So what about you? What about that first day for you, Miss Woods, as well?
Definitely just wearing the new school clothes, but we put a twist on it. So me and my friends, we would get however many outfits we got. We would wear like a couple of them the first few days, and then we would wait, and then we would wear some more. So it made it seem like we had like 3 weeks of new clothes. And I just remember doing that. So the new clothes, like they said, just being with your friends, seeing who your teachers were, and just moving through the different grade levels. Like you go from freshman to sophomore, then your junior year, then your senior, and just experiencing like something new every year and enjoying it, just enjoying that school experience.
Yeah, no time bad fun. Let's talk about pre-social media, pre-cell phones. And
Ooh.
PJ brought some on that point. Think about it. It wasn't no cell phones back then. It wasn't no social media, but people had fun with each other. They really enjoyed each other. Like to get on the house phone, talk to your friends, talk to somebody you met, whatever. Doing that was fun, right? Writing notes, passing notes to each other. Pre-texting, there was no texting going on back then. But think about it, people were still having fun back then. We didn't know anything about what the kids know nowadays. They know about social media and cell phone, but we didn't have that stuff. If you're young, well, older, but we cope with a lot of stuff, but we still made stuff fun and interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But some of the folks probably don't know about cell phones. They had no cell phones back then. They had no social media. It was none of that stuff. Remember,
No.
Dad, remember eat before shopping. You had East, you know what they the East Bay magazine
East
with the
Bay. It
shoes.
was East Bay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Yo, mate. I know I made so much stuff back then that you really have fun with. Oh, teachers as well. Teachers. I'm gonna start with this. Shelby, who was your favorite? What was your favorite teacher in high school? You know, we had that favorite teacher in high school that just loved us dearly, treated us like their own children. So who was you considered your favorite teacher?
I had like really good relationships with a lot of my teachers, so it's kind of hard to narrow down and pick. But I would probably say either Miss Allen or Miss Evie. Miss Allen she was our beta sponsor as well as our cheer coach, and she was just so lively, and she had all of the gossip and would love to talk with us, and she was just a very friendly person, and she got all of our terminology. She talked like us and was very easily relatable to. And Miss Evie was kind of the same way because she was one of the younger teachers, and she was just very down to earth and chill. And I remember like when I took her for English 1 in high school, we would play like Kahoot or something at the end of our lessons, and she always had the biggest bowl of candy. So in between classes, we would go get a piece of candy from her, and she was just also so much fun.
And that was up right there. What about you, Mr. Marty? What about you? Who would you say you always had that favorite teacher who always just loved you, gravitated toward you? I know I have mine, and I still
Yeah.
talk to her to this day.
Right.
And she's like a mother to me. So, do you have that one that always gravitated towards you and stuff like that inside in school?
Well, most like all my teachers and faculty, they like me and love me, so I still see them when I go home for games and such. But
Okay.
two that impacted my lives was Miss K.K. Lamont, my English teacher, and then Miss Kelsey Osmond. She was my history teacher, and they did a lot for me through high school. Make sure I stay on the right path. They helped me out. Make sure I was on a straight and narrow path, and it was just that loving mother figure to me while I was in school. So anything I had a problem or needed something, they'll take care of me and make sure I was okay.
Man, that's what's up. Sonya, how about you?
Like some of them already stated, there was a lot of teachers and faculty members that influenced. But if I had to name a few, I think Coach Joey Gautier, because he was my psychology and sociology teacher. And he would stay on me, and not in a bad way. He was very encouraging. And so he comes to mind, Miss O. Williams. Um, she was the typing teacher back when we had typing classes, typewriters.
Yeah.
Do they still do that? Do they still have typing classes?
It's more computer.
It's a computer
Oh,
that they do.
okay.
Typing.com.
Gotcha. So she was very influential in my life. And just, like Marty shared, that motherly figure within the school environment. And then Miss B. Harris, baby, she was that administrator, that principal that, she kept you on the right track, but it was all love. And they were amazing. Amazing.
Man, that's what's up. What about you, Miss Kysha?
I would have to say my favorite teacher would have had to been our band director, Miss Mary Furness. She came in, we were her first class ever. So we were freshmen. This was her first class ever teaching. So she was really young, and we grew along with her. By our time our senior year came, we seen her mature and progress as a teacher and staying with us as students. So I think she was my favorite teacher throughout high school.
And also, what about you, Miss Woods?
It would have to be my geography teacher, Susan Cloche. She was my freshman teacher, and then she ended up coming and doing an adjunct class at my university. So I had her in high school and in college. And she's just a very wonderful person, very warm. Everybody loved her. She made world geography seem very interesting because, again, we're from a small area. So she just made things very interesting to ninth graders that were trying to get adjusted to high school.
And that's awesome. And I mean, like back then, I know teachers back then. I know today were always, on you in the good way, to make sure you got your education, make sure you was on your A game when it came to your grades and things of that nature, and all other stuff. Let's talk about the cafeteria, lunchtime. Everybody looking forward to going to lunch, hanging out with your friends, see your friends, the best food. Do they still have good food in the cafeteria, Shelby? They still have good food? I know back then they used to love the food back in the cafeteria. Is it still good to this day? I just want to know. I mean, years I've been in high school.
I actually never really ate in the cafeteria because I'm a picky eater as it is. So none of the food like really appealed to me. So I would bring my lunch like every single day.
And that's what's up right there. What about you, Marty? You had any favorites when it came to the cafeteria? I know they used to have a schedule, right? On what day we're gonna have for the month. Do they still do that?
Yeah, when we do, yeah. And then some schools now have inside lunch and outside lunch. We only had just one strict lunch at our school. But lucky for me, my aunt, she was one of the cooks at Avoyelles High, Colleen Jacobs. So everything she cooked, it was great. Turkey fried rice, her homemade rolls, it was phenomenal. And every time I'll come, she give me like a little bit extra, cause she my family, but she would treat everybody exactly the same. But everybody know Miss Colleen.
What about you? So what was your favorite in the cafeteria? Well, you had a favorite meal that they all prepared, or how was your experience with that?
So, coming into high school, I loved the cafeteria because my grandmother, who also raised me, was one of the cafeteria workers. So when she was head of the week, that was the best for me and my friends because they knew she was going to hook them up and she was going to make sure we had enough to go back through for seconds. So it was always a great time. Now, once she retired after my ninth grade year, I was sad, of course. The other ladies, because I had grew up around them, they still took care of me. And so, lunch was always a good time for me. And I absolutely love when they brought in the salad bar. That's when I was trying to eat, healthier back
then. What about you, Kysha, as well?
My favorite meal would have had to been like Frito pies, fried chicken, when they would do spaghetti. But to answer your question about how's the food today, my daughter, she's a freshman now, and she says the food is horrendous. She hates it. She does not eat the cafeteria food. From what I heard, it's not that good now. But back in the day, we had everything. Beef shepherd's pie. They allowed you to just pig out. Right now, they're trying to be healthy, and I understand.
But, yeah, I didn't have that. What was the pizza was? The stop sign pizza. Y'all remember the stop sign pizza? Anybody remember that? Y'all had a stop sign pizza. It was a pizza shaped like a stop sign. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
No, ours was shaped like a rectangle.
Well, see, I'm from Alabama, so we had the pizza shaped like a stop sign, and we used to have that.
Never heard of a stop sign shaped pizza. Ours are the rectangles normally.
Yeah. Like I said, we used to have all that stuff, but I ain't gonna lie, man. People love them pizzas though. I ain't gonna lie, that pizza was pretty good. But that was like great times. What about you, Miss Woods, as well? What was your favorite meal?
I think Kysha just named it the shepherd pie. I used to love that. Like, I haven't eaten any that good since high school. But I want to say this too. I work at a high school. Young people's palate now is so used to fast food, anything other than fast food, Chick-fil-A, Raising Cane, Whataburger, they don't like it. And I tell them all the time, like, it doesn't look good. It's free, try it. But they're so used to what they like, that they just, even if some of the stuff looks good, I don't eat in the cafeteria at work, but some of it looks really good. but they're just so turned off by it. And I told them, I said, when I was in school, that's all we had. Because like at certain schools, you can leave and go get your lunch and everything. So they're just kind of like entitled to eating something else, or they'll bring their lunch. But shout out to all the cafeteria workers out there that have been doing their thing. They get up really early to provide these meals. And I love cafeteria food. That's all I had to eat. So, I made it work.
But a lot of time around the schools now, it's a lot of fast food restaurants like these schools now. Good, especially if y'all here in Arlington, down Cooper is a high school on Cooper, and around that time, you see a lot of kids walking to the food spots like Smoothie King. I even see some of the Smoothie King. You got with the Golden Chicken Nugget. These different restaurants. A lot of kids be going there now. So I understand what you're saying. So it's like they don't even do the cafeteria no more. They be going to these little fast food spots, and it's kind of always a lot of these fast food spots all around a lot of schools, especially high school, where kids just really, you know what, I'm walk down here and go give me something and come on back. So the times have changed. 'Cause back then we didn't have that choice. We just knew you had to get that meal at the cafeteria. So
right, I'm thinking we would have had the opportunity, we would have done the same thing.
Probably.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, McDonald's and stuff like that. But man, they be walking down, and like I said, they are walking distance. So if you walk by there, you ride by there, you see these kids actually walking to the play. They even get in Buffalo when I seen a couple of kids at the Buffalo spot right across from the school to get stuff. So times have changed, of course. Let's talk about studying. We know back then you had number textbooks. You didn't have the electronic stuff they have now. Now they got stuff on iPads and all that other stuff and different study methods. So what would be your fondest memory when it came to studying? What was your method when it came to studying? So I'm gonna start with Shelby. What was your method when it came to studying?
I did a lot of group study. Like me and my friends would get together and compare notes, and it really depended on the classes because, like, for me, English always it came naturally. So writing and just like it wouldn't take me long at all. But for history, I would make flashcards because I'm very much a memorizer when it comes to learning different things, and it just works best to use flashcards. And I prefer like notebooks over. I don't have an iPad. I use my computer, but I take notes strictly on my notebook just because I like the physical feel of it, and just being able to highlight and make like my little drawings and doodles for if I need to like draw a structure or something.
Okay, that was. What about you, Marty? How about your study methods was in school?
My study method was about the same. Well, for the most part, we had to take all those books home, so we had lockers. So if I didn't have a test for that, I put it in my locker. Didn't have to worry about it. But mostly like history and science, I mostly had to concentrate more on, because science really wasn't my best in school. But I had to like really like focus. I'll take time off and make little notes, little cheat sheets, things to remember for science. But everything else just came naturally, like English and math. I mean, you really can't study math unless you have new formulas, but you do the same thing all the time, just adding a different step. But for most part, just science for me. I have to really focus on science more.
Okay, man, that's what's up, right? What about you, Sonya? How would your study methods was in school?
I'm a visual learner, so for me, it was a lot of writing and highlighting in different colors, to make sure it stuck. Math was a struggle for me, so I spent a lot of time. Still don't know how I passed advanced algebra and all of them classes, but hey, God knows, and I made it right. But that was my thing. I would sometimes go home and take a nap and then wake up and study a bit and then do whatever I needed to do. Take another nap and wake up. And so sometimes between my mom or my grandmother, they'll be like, "Girl, you still up in here studying?" Yep, that's because I took all them naps and I'm awake now and I got to get it in. So I just did what I needed to do and it worked.
And that's what's up right there. What about you? How would you keep talking about your study? How would your study method was in school?
I ain't even gonna lie. I was one of them last minute people that crammed the night before. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. That worked best for me though. I would cram, write it down, multiple times, and it just stuck. And that's just how I did it in college too.
Okay.
I was a procrastinator. I'm not even gonna lie.
Hey, we should being hey, there's nothing wrong with being honest. You being honest. What about you, Miss Wood? How would your study method was in school?
I'm very big into notes, like Sonya said, highlighting, note cards. I always had to make sure I started ahead of time. And I'm also big into memorization. So just being very detailed. And I can't cram. Like I really, really could not cram. But it was just staying on a schedule.
Yeah, that's what's up. And before we go any further, we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and after this commercial break, we're gonna jump right back into our conversation with these lovely people here on Walking His Way Impact Voice Podcast. What's up, everybody? We're back here on Walking This Way Impact Voice Podcast. I'm your host, Furman Jackson. We're broadcasting once again in the DFW. That's Dallas Fort Worth, Texas. Everybody wants to know. Here we're talking about fun and memories of high school memory, positive memories of high school with these great, amazing people that's on the panel tonight. I thank everybody for taking time out of their productive schedule to come on tonight. I know that homecoming is coming up for y'all school. Is that correct? Homecoming is coming up. Is already here.
It's actually this weekend, actually.
Okay, this was up. So I know you're gonna have a great homecoming. So let's talk about that. What is homecoming about? What y'all expecting this weekend as y'all be a part of homecoming that's coming up?
Well, I'm excited and happy that I've seen all the Facebook posts of how they're just all the kids going out, dressing out, and it's amazing to see. I know that they offer, if alumni would like to come back for cheer, flag, and dance to perform, but I'll be away Friday at my conference with Shreveport, my little Rural Scholars Retreat. So I can't participate this year. A little sad about that, but I'm very happy to see all the Facebook posts. And homecoming is just a time to get together, and that school spirit just rises, and everyone's brought together. The community is so excited, and everyone's rallying behind Avoyelles High, and it's amazing to see.
Man, that's what's up right there. And I know you wanted to be there. I know you got stuff you have to do. But I know you're gonna be at the nest when it comes back around. What about you, Marty? What are you expecting this coming weekend for homecoming?
Oh, okay, I was waiting for you to finish your statement. But yeah, I probably won't make it to the game tomorrow due to working. So I probably will miss the game. But Saturday, I like to go and see my cousins, get ready for homecoming, see everyone, get ready, have a good time. And like Shelby said, just to see everyone from the past. Because once everybody comes to homecoming, old classmates and old classes, to see each other and hang out and talk and reminisce the old days and cheer for the team that's currently playing.
And that's what's up right there. What about you, Sonya?
So unfortunately, I will not be taking the trip home this weekend. It's actually my son who is a senior here in the area where we live. He's a senior, and it's his homecoming weekend. So I have that, and it's his first time, getting all dressed up and doing homecoming. So it's new for us on this side too. So I'll be cheering for Avoyelles from here, and definitely rooting for my classmate Corey B, who is now the head coach of the football team. So I'm hoping they do well and just enjoy it and have fun.
And that's what's all about, enjoying and having fun. What about you, Kysha, as well?
I probably won't. Well, I won't attend the game this year because I have one in high school that also plays. He's a senior, so he plays not senior or junior. So he has a football game that night, so I won't be able to attend. But I will definitely be cheering on the balls and rooting for them in spirit because it's all about the A. They've had a rough start this year because most of their starters graduated last year and they got a new coach. But it's a rebuilding season. They're going to come back. They're going to be strong. So I want to give Avoyelles High a shout out and good luck.
And that's what's up right there. And I know, Miss Woods, I know you're doing great work with New Focus. I know you're doing a lot of networking as well with the youth. Give us some updates what's been going on. I know you've been doing a lot of great work here in the DFW and surrounding areas.
Yes. So once again, Furman, thank you for allowing us to be on the show. I'm always touting Louisiana. I want to put Louisiana out there, but definitely been making some moves here in Texas. Last week, I had a chance to do a youth conference in Killeen, Texas, and it was amazing. Over 250 middle and high school youth were there. Talked about youth mental health. This Saturday, I'll be in Dallas at the Pleasant Grove Pass the Baton Youth Mental Health Summit. I'll be announcing my Torch Team Scholarship for Kysha Doty, who's one of the top football players in the country out of Dallas Skyline. And then, of course, I just got accepted to do an educational conference in Houston to help boost the morale of my fellow educators. So that's why doing this show and just kind of spotlighting positive things about education was important, because there's so much negativity and we don't hear these stories. We don't see the smiles. We don't hear the laughs or reminiscing. And I just think people need to know that no matter what's going on in education, it's one of the most important institutions we have. We need it. We need parents, we need the community, we need everybody to rally around education, because our kids, they need it. Everybody can't be homeschooled. Everybody can't do virtual learning from home. We have to get our educational system back. So
I agree. I agree 1,000%. And I commend you for the work that you're doing. Miss Wood as a teacher in the school system, because y'all have a great task at hand when it comes to today's children. And you have to play many hats, correct? Where you have to be a parent to some, you have to be a sister to some, counselor to some. And I have talked to teachers in the past, like they have to wear so many hats. And I know it takes a special individual yourself to do the task that you're doing. With that work that you're doing, just really helping the kids get to the next level in their education, prepare them for their future. And I commend you for that, what you're doing. So I give you a roses for that. So keep up the great work that you're doing here in the DFW and also surrounding areas as well.
Thank you.
And so, funny memories. Talking about the fun memories in school. We talk about getting ready for the first day of school, getting excited. So let me ask y'all this. I know y'all are, I know in Louisiana and stuff. Was y'all still, I know in Alabama, we had to wear uniforms. Starting in high school, you had to start wearing uniforms in high school and public school. Do they, in Louisiana, do y'all do the uniforms or y'all do wear regular school clothes? I know here in Texas, they still wear the regular school clothes. So y'all do that in Louisiana, uniform, regular schools? How do they go with the regular clothes?
They started the uniforms my freshman year of high school.
Yeah, I remember they did it in Alabama too. But I see here in Texas, they don't. Because I see a lot of kids in the school, they wear regular clothes. This what the kids do.
Yes, they wear regular clothes and sometimes not enough regular clothes, but that's a whole nother situation. But yes, there's very few schools, unless it's like a charter school or private school, where they have to wear uniforms. Most public K-12 schools, they're wearing regular clothes.
Yeah, I remember when they first implemented the school uniform. A lot of people, it was so many stories behind why they implemented the school uniform. They were saying because of at that time, I know in the 90s, they were talking about gang affiliation, because I know you could wear certain colors if you went to a certain school. They were saying that kids can afford new clothes, so that's why they implemented wearing a school uniform where everybody had to wear the same thing. It was so many different things out there that they were saying pertaining to it, which I know growing up, everybody wanted the latest shoes. I remember, if y'all don't remember, I remember the Penny Hardaway. Do anybody know who Penny Hardaway is? He was a basketball player.
Yep.
Okay, I remember when his shoes came out. Everybody wearing his shoes. Everybody remember Jordan. Jordan's shoes was coming out. Even Shaq, everybody knows Shaquille O'Neal when he first came in the league. His shoes came out. I remember the basketball jerseys. Everybody wearing the basketball jerseys, the hockey jerseys. I know y'all youngsters probably remember that, but I know back in the 90s, they was wearing like the jerseys, the NFL jerseys. What else they were wearing? The hockey jerseys. I know in the 90s, were they wearing the hockey jerseys? So when you was in school, like some of the guys wearing the hockey jerseys. I know they were rocking a lot of hockey jerseys back in the day.
I remember more so the football and basketball. jerseys.
Yeah, I know in Alabama they wearing the hockey jerseys. Of course, they wearing the NBA, the basketball jerseys, the football jerseys. We know. Um, let's talk about the fashion compared today to today. You know, back then the fashion was with the baggy jeans. I know y'all remember the baggy clothes and Beagle Boy. Y'all remember Beagle Boy clothes, Beagle Boy jeans, Beagle Boy.
What's that?
You don't know what Beagle Boy jeans? Beagle J jean, but they was called Beagle Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Y'all
remember
remember?
Marty's dating himself. Yeah, he's too young to know Furman.
Yeah.
I thought
They
they
were
were called
jeans.
Bugle Boys.
They were Beagle Boys.
I said it
That
different.
was
I would pronounce them Bugle Boys, but okay, so it's Beagle.
And yeah, and then you had so many clothes back then. What was it? What was your favorite fashion in school? I'm starting with Shelby. What was your favorite fashion in school? What was your favorite brand you used to wear in school?
Well, we had to wear uniforms, so we were in our little khaki pants and our little school shirts. So it was really about the shoes for us because the shoes and we had to wear a belt with our uniform. So that was the only like true form of expression because our backpacks had to be either clear mesh. And they just recently changed the policy to allow dyed hair and piercings. Of course, right as we graduate and leave, they change it. So I don't know. I guess I like my Vans because I had like this retro colored pair of Vans that was so cute. So I like them.
Okay, then what about you, Marty? What was your favorite fashion in school?
So, like Shelby said, we wore I wore uniforms from first grade to 12th grade. So I had uniforms every year. So, but like Shelby said, just like different type of shoes. But back then, when I was in school, I sound so old. But we had like Air Postal and American Eagle. So we get like an Air Postal American Eagle jacket, different colors, and then the shoe will be like either Nikes or Jordans. It just depends on what you wanted, basically.
Okay, that was all about you,
But
son.
I dressed comfortable than fashion, so I was
Well, you
spared.
know what? I'm glad you brought the uniform because they did make uniforms cool. I ain't gonna lie, when they did implement the uniforms. You had to make sure the uniform shirt was right, the khaki was right. I remember they were rocking Eastlands. Do y'all know what Eastlands is? You didn't remember Eastlands? Duckhead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's okay. He's okay. What about you, son? What's your favorite fashion?
So it was again Z Cavaricci, Jabot jeans, the polos, and Eastlands. I actually have a pair of Eastlands in my closet that I still wear today. Um,
Do they still sell Eastlands?
I believe so. I think certain stores like Journeys, they
Mm-hmm.
I've seen them there. But yeah, that was my thing.
Yeah, I don't hear about Eastlands no more. I wonder if they still sell them. You right, Journey, you might right, me too. That Duckhead, I remember the Eastlands. Everybody had the Eastland boots and they made it cool then. What about you, Keith? What was your fashion in school?
I ain't even gonna lie. We wore uniforms. My daddy was tight. So it's whatever he bought. I had K Swiss.
I
he
remember
wouldn't
K
spend
Swiss.
he wasn't spending all that money on it. And I actually just went and pulled a picture from me in high school. I was gonna show it. Our fashion wasn't that great because back then we were the first year of uniforms. Our shirts were like really, really big and stuff. It wasn't no.
What about you, Miss Fu? What your favorite fashion was?
Well, I'm come from the old school, like Sonya, the Jabots, the Z Cavariccis. I used to love all the tennis shoes, LA Gear, BK, K Swiss. You know, I just started wearing Nikes. For a long time, I wasn't a Nike person because I was just so from that era. But yeah, a lot of the name brand stuff. And also, I used to love to wear the plaid shirts. You wear like a t-shirt and you wear like the plaid shirt. So I used to
Yeah,
love
yeah.
that. Yeah.
They
Escape
still had
actually had all the girls wearing that. So I had like a lot of plaid shirts and I wear like a t-shirt under it. You know, wore Levi's. I would order like different color Levi's and stuff like that. I wasn't a mall person, so I was always ordering stuff on my grandmother's Sears account. So yeah.
Hey, that's what's up right there. What about the hair? I know back then in school you had a different hairstyles, ladies. You had a different hairstyles going on in high school. So I'm gonna start with Chevy. Chevy, you had a favorite hairstyle you used to rock when you were in school, or how was that?
Whenever claw clips were becoming popular, I would always wear it because it would take me like only a few seconds to do my hair in the morning. Just pull it back real quick, clip it up, and then I would be good to go, just out the door.
Hey, so that's simple. Ain't nothing wrong with that. What about you, Marty? You had a different style that you went when you was in school. I know guys had the fades, and
Yeah,
then
just
they
a
went
regular
to the
fade.
braids and stuff like that.
Oh no, I wasn't able to grow no half a braids, but just a regular fade. And no waves. I don't know why I couldn't do waves. I don't know, but just a regular fade.
Gotcha. Do you remember? You probably bring us up to y'all. Do they? I remember back in the day, the guys used to get the parts. When they
Oh
had the
yeah,
fade.
the little part right there.
Yeah. I remember that. That was popular too. And then I know in school, the guys used to have the little rat tails. Don't remind y'all remember the guys who had the little rat tails? Yeah, they had it in Louisiana. It's like the ponytail, but they call it a rat tail. The little guy, the guys
Yeah.
used to get
Oh,
it.
at the
I
bottom
think
of
we
the
called
neck.
them I thought they called them a ducktail down here or something else. Yeah.
Well, I know in Alabama they call it a rat tail, but
Mhm.
it different. I mean, the guys used to have the little ponytail. But anyway, what about you? So you had this style you used to rock when you were in high school?
Listen, back then, we were transitioning from the Jerry curl era. So, I done had a few different styles, but once I started relaxing my hair, or I should say, I got permission to start relaxing my hair, I would do the short Tony Braxton haircuts, and then if I felt like letting my hair grow longer, I'd let it grow longer. And it was actually longer going into senior year and the day of graduation. I cut it all off. Came back with they were like, "Oh my God, you cut your hair," and I was like, "Yep." So
What about you, Keith? Do you have a favorite style you rocked it when you was in high school?
Um, we came up with the era where they had the braids, so Moesha and all that. So we rocked the
Oh
bob
yeah.
braids, the micro braids, and things like that. So I had mine braided.
Okay. What about you, with me? Was you had a style you used to rock when you was in high school?
Yeah, I'm like Sonya. Everybody wanted to cut all their hair off like Monica and Tony Braxton. So short hair, and that was pretty much it. Yeah. And then
Hey, do you have like the little French waves? Did they still do that? Like,
yeah,
yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I
you
never
like
liked that though. Yeah, I didn't like that too much for me. Nah.
But back then, that's the thing about back then. It was so much freedom. Everybody used to be their own person, be their own unique person. Everybody had so much fun compared to the day where a lot of some individuals are dealing with the peer pressure. Want to blend in. Everybody was doing their own thing, but now it's like everybody want to blend in and follow the leader. But back then, everybody just doing their own thing, have fun. It was no worries in the world back then. Everybody was just doing their own thing, having fun with friends. So let's talk about this too. High favorite hangout spot. I know everybody was in school. They had a favorite hangout spot. So Shelby, you ever had a favorite hangout spot with friends after school?
Oh, probably for recess, we had like our designated spot for every year. So like senior year was probably like the picnic tables. We had like a very specific picnic table we would always go to. Our spot would change like from year to year as we got older. We could get the better hangout spots. So yeah, it just depended.
Okay. What about you, Marty? Do you have a favorite hangout spot after school?
Well, me and my friends will sit on this called the stoop, but it was like three little stairs. We'll walk in to go to class, and we'll just sit there and just chill and hang out. It was nothing really major because we didn't have the benches and everything when we was there. They got all that stuff afterwards, so we didn't really have too much hangout spots. Mostly just grass. So
Okay. What about you, son? Y'all had a favorite hangout spots after school?
after school, not really, because for most of us, we were gone. We would leave on our off periods and head home for the day.
Okay. What about you, Kysha? Y'all had any favorite hangout spots used to hang out after school?
Same here. We didn't have any hangout spots. Once school was over, we all went home in our separate ways. If we hung out at school, it'd probably be outside the band room waiting on a game or something like that. But other than that, not really.
Okay. What about you, Miss? Was you had any hangout spots after school with friends?
Sometimes we would just walk. We call it walk to town. We would just go like walk to the store because again, it's a small area, so there wasn't a lot to do. But yeah, we would
Okay.
do that sometimes. Not so much on school days, but every now and then maybe.
Okay.
A week.
What about the pep rallies? I know y'all was excited about the pep rallies and stuff, going to the pep rallies and everything, and cheering for your favorite team. How was that experience for y'all with the pep rallies? Start with Shelby. So Shelby, how was that experience when it came to the pep rallies and being in the gym or being on the field with cheering on for your favorite your high school team?
My favorite part about the pep rallies is since I was always cheering when the band first played Fight Song, and if the pep rally was in the gym, you can like the drums, you could feel the beat in your heart, like that big dun dun dun. So you could like really feel the music and just get into it. It was just I don't know how to describe the experience of just being out there. You're feeling the music, you feel good, you're feeling the glitter, and you're with all your friends just doing what you love to do.
Yeah, that's what's up right there. What about you, Marty? What about them pep rallies? Your
Oh
experience with the pep
yeah,
rallies?
I love the pep rally. So my senior year, band will start out like walking through the main building into the senior academy building. Then once we walk through, like all the classrooms will follow right after us. Him. And then we start the fight song and the horse. And then we'll play like little games and have the cheer chants and see what class was the loudest. But the best time is always for homecoming. It makes it the pep rally is so much better because you see everybody in different shirts, different classes, and you do different things at homecoming versus on your regular pep rally days. So, but all the experience was all the same. Amazing.
Man, that's what's up. What about you, son? What about them pep rallies?
What I can remember about the pep rallies, they were always fun. I mean, it gave us an opportunity to hang out, with friends and enjoy the festivities leading up to the games. So it was good.
What about you, Kysha? What about the pep rally memories?
The homecoming pep rallies were the best because you had the parade and you would march down to the school and they had the bonfire in front of the school right at the end of the parade, and that was the best. Everybody in the community was out. You would hang out after it. I'm not gonna lie. As a child, when I was younger, going to the Avoyelles High homecoming parade, I used to be afraid because they would always throw a dummy in the fire from the other team, and I always thought it was a real person as a child. So I was afraid. I didn't like to go because I thought they were throwing in a real person. So it took me a while to realize. I was afraid when I was little, but that was the best parade for me, was the homecoming pep rally.
Oh wow, man! What about you, Miss Boo? What about the pep rally memories in school?
Well, nothing as eventful as that, but just like they said, just the school spirit. The battle against classes, who can be the loudest, who has the most school spirit. It was just always a lot of fun.
Yeah, you know what? It was a great time. I know people have very great times in high school. Do they still have those most likely to succeed? Do they still do that stuff? Like class clown. I know, and they always had different. Do they still do that?
Yeah, a lot of schools do for the yearbooks. Mm-hmm.
Okay, because most likely, all that stuff they still do. So, man, it's some great stuff. I know we're pressing for time, so we're going to get off this air shortly, of course. So I'm gonna start with the final remarks and words of wisdom from y'all great individuals to share with the people tonight. So, starting with Shelby. Do you have any final remarks for the listening audience here on Walking This Way's Impact World Podcast?
I would say, to kind of summarize and go along with the theme, just for any high schoolers or middle schoolers about to transition into high school, truly enjoy every moment because it's a time to play around, discover who you are, get involved in sports and so many different clubs, and truly it is a defining moment for yourself, and just have fun with it. Just go with the flow and enjoy the time that you get.
Hey, that's it. Respect. What about you, Marty? Any final remarks, any words of wisdom to the audience here on Walking This Way, Impact World that's watching us right now?
Yes, sir. I would like to say for all the middle schools and high schools that are watching, enjoy high school while you can, because once you graduate, you don't get those moments back. So it's like once you're in there, make it fun and make it enthusiastic while you're there. Do something. Join clubs. Join a cheerleading or band or basketball, football. Join a club because it makes high school way much better than just going to school and reading books all day and going to class. There's nothing fun about that. So just enjoy your time while you're there, and I promise it'll be worth it in the end.
Most definitely, most definitely. Watch you, Sonya. Final remarks and words of wisdom to the listening audience right now.
I would definitely say to take it all in, because what we don't realize is how fast those 4 years go by. And once they're gone, they're gone. And so, as Marty just said, getting involved, joining sports, if that's your thing, getting involved in those academic clubs, because some of those clubs actually, excuse me, help to pave the way for you in some way, fashion, or form. It sets the tone for what you may do next at your collegiate level if you decide to go to school, or even if you just decide to go into the workforce. So taking it all in, tapping into your resources, asking questions when you don't know something. There's always an opportunity for you to get involved and engaged with a teacher or an administrator who can help you, if you're struggling in certain areas. So don't be afraid and just enjoy the experience, because once it's gone again, it's gone and it's on to something else.
You're right about that. What about you, Miss Kysha? Any words, wisdom, and final remarks for the listening audience?
As I stated, if you're a student, enjoy your time, take it all in, experience as much as you can, join clubs, be active. If you're a parent or if you're not a parent, be supportive, be there, be a part of the school, support your staff, your teachers, your bus drivers, everyone, to make the school experience better. Because in the news, you hear a lot of negative. We need to bring the positive back in the school. And it's not just with the students, it's with the parents and the adults too. Parents and guardians support your students, your staff, and everyone in the school system.
Most definitely. I agree with you 1,000%. All right, about you, Miss Woods. Any final remarks, any words of wisdom to the listening audience here on Walking This Way's Impact Wars podcast?
No, I just concur with what everyone says, and just that education matters. It matters. It builds a future for you based on what you do in high school. So education matters.
Man, that's what's up right there. So I appreciate everybody hanging out with me tonight. I'm about to leave here. I'll be back here Saturday morning at 10 a.m. here on Walking This Way Impact Wars podcast. I want to give a big shout out to Sabrina for Any Images podcast. That was in the comment section tonight. So big shout out to her. Also, big shout out to Kysha Sanchez. He was in the comment section as well. Also, so y'all make sure y'all follow Sabrina Ford. Kysha Sanchez. They do a lot of great work here in the DFW. I gotta give them their roses because these ladies are doing great work. As long with Miss Wood as well, with New Focus as well. She's doing great work here in the DFW. Keep doing what you're doing as well, which I know you will also. So to all of those, y'all keep doing the great work as well. And I appreciate y'all once again for hanging out with me here on the podcast. Like I said, I will be back here Saturday morning, 10 a.m. here on Walking This Way Impact Wars podcast. 10 a.m. Love yourself, respect yourself, honor yourself. Tell yourself we're going to make it. Tell yourself we're going to succeed. Tell yourself we're going to conquer. And most of all, tell yourself I am a winner and I'm not a loser. I am a winner and I will be successful. I am success. Let yourself know. Tell yourself that and watch your world change. Till then, y'all have a great night, everybody. Peace.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.